Dear students and viewers, Assalamu alaikum. I welcome you all in my YouTube channel Zaid Chemistry. Today we will start our topic with next chapter, that is chapter 8 in of your subject science. And the name of the chapter is Chemical Effects of Electric Current. And this chapter is the part of chemistry. It is the part of chemistry. As you people know that in your subject science, there are three portions. One is physics, another is chemistry, another is biology, and this portion is related to chemistry part. And in this chapter, we are going to learn about the effects of this electric current on certain substances, or we are going to learn about the nature of certain substances. Let's start with our topic. The chapter, namely chemical effects of electric current. We know that electric current is the flow of electrons or flow of electric charges from one terminal to the another terminal, or from one side to the another side across any substance. And on the basis of this flow of these electric charges, certain substances are those which allow this electric current to flow through them. Those substances are called as conductor. That substance is called as conductor, or those substances called as conductors. And the substances which do not allow the electric current to pass through them are called as insulators. But on the extent of the flow of current through these substances are classified as good conductors, in which the flow of electric substance occurs at a very faster speed. Those substances are called as good conductors. And some of the substances which allows this electric current, but the flow of electric current is very little, or it is not of much extent. Such substances are called as poor conductors. And this process of flow of electric current from one part to the another part across any substance is called as the conduction. Or we can say that good conductors show more conduction, and poor conductors they show less conduction. And good conductors they can be solids. Like all metals are their salts, or we can say or their compounds. They are considered as the good conductors, because they allow the flow of current through them. And especially if we will talk about the metals, because of the presence of free electrons in them, these metals can allow the electric current to move from one side to the another side at a very faster extent. Or we can state them, they are the good conductors. These good conductors can be liquids. For example, we know about acids, or we know about the bases, or almost all the chemicals which are present in the laboratory. They act as the good conductors, or they allow electric current to move through them. Or we can state that these chemicals which are present in the laboratory, they act as the good conductors, or they allow the property of conduction through them. For example, acids are there. Sulfuric acid is there, hydrochloric acid, nitric acid is there. Besides this, citric acid is there, oxalic acids are there. All these acids are bases like sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, calcium hydroxide, magnesium hydroxide. They allow electric current to pass through them. And during the flow of electric currents, these acids or these bases, they dissociate into ions. They dissociate into positively charged ion called a cation, and they dissociate into negatively charged ion called an anion. That is why these liquids, these liquid conductors. These liquid conductors are also called as electrolytes. And these electrolytes, they are subject to the process of electrolysis, whereby on the moment of electric current through these electrolytes, they break into ions, they break into cation, and they break into anion. They break into cation and they break into anion. That process is called as electrolysis. And the process is carried out in a cell that is called as electrolytic cell, in which there are two terminals, or there are two poles. One pole is positive pole, that is called as anode, and another pole is a negative side, that is called as cathode. When electric current is allowed to move through this electrolytic cell, what happens there? This electrolyte, it allows electron to flow through it, and due to which it gets dissociated into positively charged part and negatively charged part. That positively charged part is called as cation, and negatively charged part is called as anion. That was all about today's topic. Have a nice day.